Okay, let us now get into the world of treasury bonds. Here, the government is borrowing for mid to long term funding needs, right? And I was telling you from the beginning as well that the government tries to diversify its funding duration because they don't want to borrow everything in the short term, because then they have to pay it back, right, immediately within like a year, and they might need more time. But if they borrow in the long run, what happens is that they have to pay a higher rate. So what they'll do is that they will borrow some through treasury bills, and then the remaining they're going to borrow through treasury bonds. Now, things get different here because treasury bills, we learned that they are issued at a discount, right? So if the at the face value at maturity, you're going to get like the face value is, let's say, $100, and it is being sold to you at whatever, like 95 or 98, depending on whatever is the quoted discount and the number of days. We already learned how to calculate that you'll take your 100 and you'll minus from it however much is the quoted discount, but that has to obviously be multiplied to the fraction of the number of days, and that is what tells you that what is the value, the price you have to pay for it right now, right? We looked at that in the previous video for treasury bills, and now we're going to look at treasury bonds. Now, bonds are different. It's like you don't pay 98 and then get 100. What you would usually do is that you would pay 100 and then get back 100, right? But then you get a little bit extra as well, which is called the coupon payment. So for example, if the rate that the government is offering is 2%, so they'll give you like a $2 payment here, $2 payment here, and then they'll give you a $2 payment in the last year as well. Let's say if it's a 3-year bond, right? So they'll give you these 3 separate cash flows year after year. So now what are the multiple moving parts over here? Number one is the coupon rate. So if the coupon rate is 2%, this has to be multiplied with what is known as the face value, which is the amount that gets paid back at maturity. If that is 100, then you get to the coupon amount. It is very, very important for you to remember that the coupon amount is not written in the documents which are going to be there for the bond. It is the rate which is written, and the rate has to be multiplied to the face value to calculate the coupon amount. It is not going to be multiplied to the price. The price in the market can change, right? So you might buy this for 100, but it can go down in the market, it can go up in the market. So the price has nothing to do with the coupon amount that is paid. Coupon amount is calculated based on the coupon rate multiplied by the face value, right? And when do you get the face value or principal back, in how many years? That depends on the maturity date. So how does this work? Let's have a look at an example. So let's say if the coupon rate is 3%, face value is 1,000, right? And it's a coupon which is being paid 6 months, so semi-annual, right? So what will happen is that every 6 months, I'm going to receive half this. Why half? Coupon rate is always quoted annually, right? So if they are saying 3%, but at the same time they are telling us it's 6 months, so I'm not going to get 3% into 1,000 every 6 months. I'm going to get half that much, right? So this is very important, that you have to remember that coupon rate, all interest rates in any form are always quoted annually, and then you have to adjust them for whatever is the frequency. So this is the amount of money I'll get every 6 months, which is $15. And then eventually on the last date, on the maturity date, I'll get my face value back as well. Right. So it's very important to distinguish between the cash price paid by the purchaser and the quoted price for a treasury bond. So again, with treasury bills, we looked at a discounted price, right, which was different than the future value. And it's always going to be lesser, because otherwise then how would that interest income be there? But with the case of a bond, a treasury bond, it's usually the case that it's the same, right? If it is being issued at par. Yeah, the price can be different, but it's not necessary that it's different. In normal circumstances, it would be the same because the interest is coming in separately as coupon payments, right? Here, the interest is actually a part of the discount in the price. So with the bonds, now what happens is that you will have a certain price, and let's say at time of issuance that is the same as the face value you will get back, and that face value is going to be discounted at, whatever is the maturity of years. Let's say that's 3 years. And then the interim payments that you're going to get, let's say you have a 3-year bond, so, and you're getting $2 on that, right? So these will be discounted back to their present value using the respective number of years, right? So the first one is 1 year, the second one is 2 years, and third one is 3 years. But this price is calculated as of right now, which is times 0, right? And then it's going to be time 1, and then time 2, and then let's say time 3. But as you move along, right, as you move closer to this end of first year where the $2 payment is going to come, and then end of second year with the $2 payment, and then end of third year with the 2 plus 100, which is $102 payment coming in, what will happen to the market price is that the market price will not stay at 100. It will start going up, because it's the closer it gets to that $2 payment, the price is going to get close to 102. Because whoever buys this bond just before this date, that's the person who's going to get that $2, right? So the $2 gets accrued in the price. And then as soon as that $2 is paid, the price comes down to 100. And then it goes up, and then it comes down. And up, and then it comes down. This extra amount is known as the accrued interest. So at any given point in time, how should you know how much the accrued interest is? It's very simple. You say how many days have passed since the last coupon, right? So let's say we are here somewhere in the middle, and the bond price is going up. It's going to go to 102 before it crashes. The question is, where are we right now? How much is that interest which has accrued? So the question is, how many days have passed, right? How many days have passed? Let's say this is the 30th of June, right? So half the year has passed. Let's say 180 days have passed out of a total of 360, right? And the coupon amount is $2. So the amount that should be accrued should be half of that, which is $1. Why half? Because 180 over 360 is half, right? And multiplied by 2, which would give you $1. So that's the amount of accrued interest, that it would be $1 worth of interest that would have been accrued. And you can see another example over here. That's, let's say, the coupon rate is 2.75, right? And it has been 25 days since the last coupon, and there's a total of 180 days, so it's a semi-annual coupon. Otherwise, between coupons there would be 360 days if it was for the full year, right? So 181 days means it's for a half year, which means you need to take this 275 and divide it by 2 to start with, because 275 is for the full year, and I told you interest rates are always quoted for the full year. So you take out that coupon amount, which comes out to be $1.375, right? Because 2.75 is for the full year, multiplied by the face value, divided by 2. And how much of that coupon would have been accrued by now depends on how many days it has been since the last coupon, divided by how many days between coupons. And that is what you see over here, right? And that's how you calculate the accrued interest. Fantastic. So now, what do you do with that accrued interest? How do you calculate something called the dirty price, right? What is the dirty price / also called full price? Full price. It's basically your flat price plus your accrued interest. So just like with that example, I was telling you that the price is 100, and then it goes up to 102, and then comes back down to 100. So let's say your flat price is 100 and your accrued interest at that, in our example, the first example was $1. So the full price or dirty price was 1. Right? But in this example, we calculated the accrued interest to be 0.18. So now you can take that 0.18, add it to the flat price. Also, by the way, this is called the clean price / flat price, and this is the dirty / full price. So you take the clean price and you add the accrued interest, and you get the full price. And you can do that for both the bid and the ask, and you get your full price bid and ask. Right? So this is the concept that you need to know, that dirty price is equal to clean price plus accrued interest. Now, what's the benefit of quoting them separately? Because clean price is less variable, right? I mean, I want to see my clean price stay at 100, and then my accrued interest going up and down to 100, and so my full price is going to 102, 102, 102, and every time there's a coupon payment it is coming down. So my full price, you can see, moves around a lot, right? But my clean price is stable. So it helps us with trading, right? So we can separately look at the clean price and separately look at the accrued interest instead of getting confused with the full price going up and down. And that's what you can see over here, that the clean price stays stable and the dirty price goes up and down, up and down. Every coupon date it crashes, right? Because as soon as the coupon is paid, then it comes back down to the clean price. And this is the point here, that the dirty price keeps changing and your clean price stays the same, right? As the accrued interest is accumulated, dirty price goes up and then it drops down as soon as the coupon is paid. Fantastic. Now let's talk about short positions. So a lot of people obviously sometimes would, instead of buying bonds, would rather make money as the bonds come down, because if you think interest rates are about to go up, that causes the bond prices to come down. And if you don't know why, it's a very simple concept, that the price of the bond should be the present value of its future cash flows, right? So whatever coupons and whatever future value the bond is supposed to give to us, the way we calculate its present value is we discount those future cash flows back to today, right? And if that discount rate is going to go up, the interest rate is basically going up. So this denominators become big, and then obviously the price is going to be coming down because it's discounted at a higher rate, right? So that's why sometimes you might want to actually take a short position on the bond. Now, what does that mean? What I could do is, let's say you have a bond, this is you, right? And this is me, and you have a bond which is currently trading at $100. I borrow it from you, right? I don't have it. I borrow it from you and I sell it in the market, and I get $100 right now because that's the market price, right? And then what I do is I wait, I hope that the interest rates go up and this bond crashes in the market. Let's say it crashes to $95. Then what do? I use my 100 to actually buy it back. Then I buy it back at 95. Remember, I had sold it for 100, right? So I buy it back, and I buy it back for 95. So actually the $5 extra I get, and then I return the bond back to you. So of course this is risky, because what if the bond doesn't go down? What if it goes up? Interest rates don't change the way I was expecting them to. So this is risky. Short selling is very risky, but this is what it is, right? I mean, this is the concept of a short position, that you borrow it and you sell it, and then you hope that it goes down so you can repurchase it at a lower price and return it. Another thing that is to be taken into account over here is that if during this time this bond is going to pay any coupons, obviously we have sold this bond, so we're not going to get those coupons, right? But you will tell me that, hey, listen, that bond you've borrowed from me, I just heard that it paid a coupon. So can you please give that coupon to me, because it's my bond that you've borrowed, right? And I would be like, yeah, of course. So I would have to give that out of my own pocket because I don't have that bond. I've sold it. So any income, such as the coupons if it's a bond, or maybe dividends if it's a stock that I've borrowed and short sold, will have to be given by the person who has borrowed it to the person from whom they have been borrowed, right? So that has to be paid as well. Now, of course, the risk is that the bond might go up instead of coming down, which means I would have had to then use my 100 to buy it back at a higher price and return to you, in which case I would actually make a loss instead of a profit. All right, let's take a break here. We'll come back and jump into the law of one price and arbitrage.